Okay. Um, Looking back at it now, when it comes to going to school, besides reading and writing and learning basic math, and you could throw in U.S. history, you know, all in all, I didn't learn shit, really. Now, what I mean by that is, I didn't learn any basic life skills, right? And I'm pretty sure y'all haven't learned any basic life skills when y'all in school, right? Like knowing how to pay taxes, knowing about credit, knowing about the stock market, you know, learning about the do's and don'ts of being a parent, you know, things like that, you know. Simple, basic life skills that would actually help me prepare for life. And now that I think about it, the only life skill that I was taught in school was learning how to drive a car. That's probably like the only basic life skill that I was taught. Now, I did take home ed in middle school, but it's like, what's the point of learning how to cook here when I already know how to do it at home? When I already know how to cook at home. So, learning about home ec really wasn't my thing. But really, all in all, I didn't learn shit when I was in school. I didn't learn nothing that was supposed to be important. Nothing that was supposed to help me, get through life. I mean, don't get me wrong, you do need to learn how to read. You do need to learn how to write. You do need to learn how to count, which, I was taught these things. I know a lot of y'all were taught these things in school. But all I'm saying is, when it comes to these next generation of kids coming up, at least teach them basic life skills. Other than knowing how to drive a car, at least teach them other things like credit, or like the do's and don'ts of parenting, or what to say and what not to say at a job interview, or how to pay a bill, things like that. But going through, elementary school all the way up to high school, I learned absolutely nothing about life. Even like all of this shit that I learned when I was in school, I haven't even used that shit in real life, right? I remember taking French in high school. And a majority of the stuff that I learned in French, I don't even use it. Why? Because English is my dominant language. Like, the only people that I encounter are those who speak English. So it's like, what's the fucking point of learning another language when my dominant language is English, and the people that I interact with speak English? You know, thinking about it now, like, you know, learning about the civil rights movement and slavery and the Holocaust and what else? Learning about William Shakespeare and what else? That's all I can think of. But all this shit that I was taught in school, it's like, yo, how is this shit gonna help me like prepare for the real world? How does learning about Martin Luther King or William Shakespeare or learning about Malcolm X or Mansa Musa or anything of that in that nature, how is this going to help me prepare for real life? Because all I'm going to do is like just learn this shit and forget about it. And here's the issue that I have with school, right? They don't teach kids to think for themselves. They don't teach kids to think for themselves. They don't teach kids to be innovators. They don't. The only thing they teach kids how to do is to be obedient workers. The only thing that school teaches kids how to do is to be blind, how to be a blind sheep. Like that's the only thing that these schools teach these kids. They don't teach these kids that it's okay to be a free thinker. They don't teach these kids that. I mean, hell, when I was in school, they didn't teach me that. They didn't teach me that it was okay to be a free thinker. Oh, excuse me. They didn't teach me that it was okay to not be a blind sheep. They didn't teach me that it was okay to question things that doesn't seem right to you. They never taught me that. The only thing they taught me how to do was to be an obedient worker. The only thing that they taught me how to do was to have such a narrow mindset when it comes to looking at the world. I mean, my God, right? Honestly, I wished I dropped out of high school. Simply because I learned nothing. I learned freaking nothing when I was in high school. I didn't learn shit when I was in middle school. Didn't learn shit when I was in elementary school. Again, other than reading, writing, basic math, knowing the alphabet, being taught my colors, all that shit. But when I got up to high school, I didn't learn a goddamn thing. Other than trigonometry, other than chemistry, other than geometry. It's like, how is this bullshit gonna help me prepare for the real world? Like, honestly. How does learning about George Washington and Alexander the Great, how is that shit gonna help me get a job? How's that shit gonna help me get the job that I want, right? To me, school was just useless. It was. It was just a waste of time. It was useless. You know, I had to, because I went to public school a majority of my life. So around 5:30, I had to get my ass up, put some clothes on, wash my face, brush my teeth, pick my hair out. You know, I had to eat breakfast. I had to storm out of the house to go to my bus stop. And I had to stay at my bus stop for a half an hour. Until the bus got me, dropped me off. And then, you know, I had to go throughout the whole day in school. First period, second period, third period, lunch, then fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, and now I'm out. And you know what's so funny too? Every time I would come home from school, right? My folks would always ask me, "What did you learn in school?" And to be honest with you, I couldn't even tell them what the fuck I learned in school. Because that's how boring it was to me. I swear, man, like if they don't, if our government doesn't fix anything, like if they don't switch nuts anything up when it comes to our educational system, then we're just gonna have more people just floating through life, just going through life, you know, not knowing shit. You know, I learned a lot more stuff on YouTube than I did in school. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I learned a lot more on YouTube than I did in school. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, our government needs to do better when it comes to our education system. It does. Because last time I checked, America is what? Ranked number 13 in education worldwide. So, yeah, we need to do a better job. And, you know, my question is this, right? How is it that America is the greatest country in the world, and yet we produce the dumbest people in the world? How does that shit work? But that's it. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Honestly, if you ask me, I say fuck school. Fuck school, period. Because you go in there, you come out, and you don't even know what the fuck you just learned in there. You've been trapped in that bitch for 8 hours. Every day, wasting 8 hours of your life. Just every day when you're at school, you're just wasting 8 hours of your life every freaking day. And my God, like, not only you're wasting 8 hours of your life every day there, but you're eating that god awful shit food during lunch. And that's the thing too. Like these lunches that they put out in these schools, man. Now I don't know how it is with private schools, but I'm basing it because I went to public school, right? Public school lunch is the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. Like, ever. I mean, it was kind of good when I was in elementary school, but like once I hit middle school and high school, oh my God. It's like them motherfuckers didn't care. They was like, here, just take it. Here you go. What is this? It's Sloppy Joe. Take it. Here. And the Sloppy Joe be all cold and shit. The bun be hard and shit. But that's enough talk for me. I'll come back tomorrow. But this, I just wanted to get this off my chest. All right, I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.